Welcome everybody to the Genesis Mindset. In today's episode, I'm going to cover the big pumps that have happened in ATROPA ecosystem today. I'm going to cover a little bit about the chat log and the trade idea that I was suggesting yesterday, which played out pretty much to perfection. Unfortunately, I actually didn't take it. I stayed up really late last night doing a lot of other things, going down a few little rabbit holes, as I tend to do. I stayed up till about 3 o'clock in the morning. First of all, a delicious little pump on ATROPA today. So it was about a 60% pump from the last couple of days, so about 50 to 60% pump. There was also a nice little pump in pDAI as well, a nice little 50 to 60% pump as well. Beautiful. So things are starting to move in the ATROPA ecosystem. Teddy Bear really sets the scene, and then things start to follow behind. There's so many different dynamics to this ecosystem that are exciting to learn about. And this is some of the things that I've been trying to figure out. So I've been wanting to try and figure out different kinds of trade ideas. So, okay, I've tried to make this as clean as possible. So we'll go from left to right in this particular instance. So this was one of the trades that I made probably a few weeks ago, Teddy Bear. So I was scaling into Teddy Bear all the way down here. And I put another 2 million pulse into Teddy Bear here. And at the moment, it's sitting at about 10 million pulse. So 2 million has turned into 10 million. So I could take profit on that, or keeping in mind that accumulating the pulse is what I want to do. So step one is here. So take the profit here. I could get 10 million pulse. Or if we look at it here, compared to ATROPA, so Teddy Bear to ATROPA. So it's only been a 275% move as opposed to a 500% move in Teddy Bear to WPLS. So it's a smaller move, but it's still the same thing, because I'm looking at this in terms of pulse chain. So still, I've got 10 million pulse chain here. If I could have taken profit here instead. So here's an example. Taken profit here in ATROPA just a few days ago, and then cycled that. Well, not really cycling it. It's already in ATROPA. And then from ATROPA, it's done a 60% move. So now it's 10 million. That's turned into 16 million. So this is the kind of beauty that can happen with ratio trading. So that's just one example in this ecosystem. Then here's another example that you could have done. You could have also done TSFI. So TSFI is another big core coin in this ecosystem. And so again, could have taken the profit into TSFI. And now look at these opportunities. This is what we want to actually look for, opportunities. So, okay, all right. What am I going to do now with this TSFI? Whoa, if I took profit in this TSFI, I could then turn that TSFI into ATROPA, put a buy here, and just let it go. And then that 10 million pulse could end up being, if we just move to this previous local high, it's about a 40 to 50% move. Yeah, about a 40% move to this previous local high. So these are some of the things that you can actually do with this ecosystem. There's so many different routes that you can take in this ecosystem, and that's what I really love about it. That's what I've loved about it from day one, that there's so many different opportunities here. It's not just one thing going up and then pulling everything down. Yes, there's things that are liquidity bonded. You'll see, for example, I'll show it just now, actually. You'll see, for example, TSFI, with all its other pairs, just like Pulse Chain lifts everything up, TSFI is lifting up all the pairs with it. So TSFI is lifting up all its pairs. So they're all moving more or less the same against TRSI. So shout out to Greg the Duck. We also have TSFI to PLS, TSFI to DAI. They're all moving essentially the same. So TSFI to Hex, even TSFI to Hex to some extent. Now, what can I see here? Oh, here's a juicy opportunity. So I'm only back in like a few months ago, I had all these different charts. Now I'm really trying to hone in the different kinds of charts to figure out, okay, where are these opportunities going to come? So just by putting this video together today, again, here's an opportunity. I actually have some TRSI, so I could cycle that TRSI into TSFI. And then if we get a nice little 20% pump, or even to the all-time high, I can double my TRSI stack. These are the opportunities that I can do. I'm not really sure how I'm going to play this game yet. At the moment, I'm heavily into the liquidity providing, and there's so many different tokens. I really would like to get some kind of a big stack that I can just swing from asset to asset, token to token, because there's all these different routes that it can go, all these different avenues. So this one will move here, that one will move there. Things like down. So down and TSFI play a very big part of this, and a lot of people are sleeping on down. So I would definitely recommend to start taking a look at these things. So just in the same way, I set up multi-charts. I just try and open up all the different pairs for TSFI, see if and then obviously show it in the token, not in the USD value. And then I'll actually see, okay, where's an opportunity? And then I'll see, I'm trying to find things that are moving contrary to each other. I don't want things that are moving together. Liquidity, yes, liquidity bonded is excellent, but I don't want that. I want this one to move today and that one to move tomorrow. And that's where the opportunity is. And you want to get it when it's low, not when it's green. This is the key. So things just keep getting better and better in this ecosystem. I'm so in love with this ecosystem. I'm not gonna lie, like as everything was going down, I was accumulating, but always in the back of your mind, you're like, am I wrong? Am I wrong? My heart is like, no, this is right. This is right. But your brain, your devilish thoughts, the demon inside is like, nah, man, you're cooked. You're tripping balls. Like, what are you talking about? Like, how are you going to be right? But it's starting to pump. So it's giving me a lot of conviction. So I'm really starting to go in quite heavily. Yes, it would have been good to have accumulated more, but you can only accumulate as much as you want. We got plenty of lovers in the community. So as I said, Maria was very hyper today. So make pDAI $1 again. I feel you, babe. I love you, but you're my world, babe. You're my world. I would be devastated if it's actually a dude. It probably is a dude, but I love you, Maria. So, and look, haters. Feels sick to be a scumbag, y'all ATROPA retards. And I'm just like, yeah, great. I'm as scummy as they come. Pleased to meet you, sir. Oh, good old John Lennon. We all shine on. Like, fine. If you have that opinion, no problem. They're the ones that are going to be missing out. We'll be here. I'll be here. I'll be here with open heart, open mind, ready to accept. I'm not going to look at this and go, oh, what an idiot, and fight back. It's like, what's the point? What is the point? That's not my style, especially because I try not to live my life like that. Okay, now let's go to these. Where have we got it? So Maria, I haven't read through all of it. So Maria was basically giving us a little lesson on the kind of route. So pDAI pump, nice. So see, down tracks the price, but trails. But as more staking-like longer-term deposits go into down, it will have very nice return. And down can only be majorly entered from ATROPA. So then she linked all the different. So she went to down and the top contracts that own the majority of down. And you see the tokens that they hold. So this one is just down and legal. So there's a big pull between down and legal. So these are liquidity pools. Big pull between down and ATROPA. Big pull between down and Poppy. So I'm going to dig into this. I also started looking into the TSFI. Oh, sorry, this is still down in TSFI. Then I looked into TSFI and, okay, I'm going to start investigating what's actually going on here. So 414, there's Maria's wallet. And then again, you look at some of those top wallets. So I think this is some of the top wallets. So there's a lot of tokens here. But this is the kind of rabbit hole you can go down with the different kind of blockchains as well. So many things to be excited about in this ecosystem. I don't know why anybody would want to FUD it, but that's how it is. That's how the human mind is. We only think that what we have is correct. That's the most unfortunate thing about the human mind. That's where all the wars come from. That's where all the selfishness comes from. It's thinking that I'm correct. So it's not actually true. No one is correct. Only the truth is correct. Only God is correct. Only the universe, the source, whatever you want to call it. When your mind syncs up with that, then that is the truth. And I believe there's a lot to be said about what's going on here with the ATROPA ecosystem that I gravitate to, because there's something true about it. There's something about it that is leading something, that's bringing something into the world. It's birthing something that's extremely important into the world. And I believe that's why I was attracted to it in the first place, because for some reason, my whole life has gone in those kinds of directions. So with that, thank you very much. A nice little short episode. I have tried to improve things. I flicked around with a few little settings. I'm not sure if I've got it correct or not with the sound. I hope it is a little bit better. Thanks to the gentleman who's been helping me out there. And thanks as well to all you folks who are giving me the comments and the feedback. I really appreciate it. I love you guys. Let's keep it up. Let's learn together. Get onto the charts, get onto the multi-charts, have a look for yourself. Let's try and discover things together. If you figure things out, let's share them together. Share it in the comments, whatever. Like, we're doing this together. We're doing this as a team. We're doing this as a family. We're doing this as friends. So thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy your weekend.